day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host today, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to the Library of Ruina. Last time we went ahead and destroyed 3 different organizations, all invading us at once, and due to that, we now have a perfectly solid thumb team right here. And I can't wait to see it in action, because the previous thumb always had the problem that just the ammunition overloaded its pages. But thanks to this ammo storage, that really shouldn't be a problem, because now the ammo is kept somewhere else. So hopefully everything should be fine. So, what is a good enemy for a syndicate, big organization like the thumb to deal with? And, well, a new mod released, like, not so long ago. And, well, it felt like the absolute perfect way to conclude fighting with the thumb. So let's see what the Umbral Legion of our corp is like, shall we? Reindeer squad leader. This way! The entrance to the sewer is just up ahead. Quick, get in there! We're going to burrow underground to shake them off while the third wave of sweepers are still making their advance. Team Captain, just who are they? What are we doing in this place? Are we really dealing with those robins up in the sky? Robin. Because every animal has to start with R. We've had the ravens. Now we're dealing with robins. Okay. Are you really breaking down on me right now? Hold on, it's just over here. Hurry up! We managed to escape the culling of the ravens. We didn't make it this far just to die at the hands of these other birds. Location extermination target. Perform a dive landing immediately. Fuck! We're not gonna make it! Damn it! Get out of the way! That robin in the sky is burning! Ah, the stars are falling! Extermination process advanced significantly. Remaining extermination targets. 1. Proceeding to the next target. As if I'll let you! Man, this feels disgusting. How long has it been since I had to use such a crude weapon to kill someone? But it's not like using it to deal with some stupid machine wearing human skin within the grounds of murder, is it? Am I really going to die here too? Escape seems hopeless when you're dealing with a bunch of enemies that can fly. Damn it, even if it's just me, I should be able to sell everything I know about the ravens to W Corp once I make it to their nest. Those ungrateful little brats. Not only did they jump over to the Phoenix's side, but now they're also looking to get rid of us. Locate extermination target. Perform a dive landing immediately. Locate extermination target. Perform a dive landing immediately in the form of a pincer attack. Is this the end? Fuck. Fuck! The target has ceased activity. Commencing search for any remaining survivors. Command. Search. Start alerting the perimeter. No life signs found in the living creatures. No life signs found in the living creatures. All assigned team leaders are together. Well, I know they're that our corp is nothing but clones, but they don't usually have all of the same clone active at once. Jasper, good work, everyone. I have received all your conscious reports and the mission. It still appears to have been a success despite everything. Though it looks like the enemy was stronger than we initially thought this time around. What are the casualties suffered by each team? Command error. Battle damage statistics are not included in the available processes designated by the Master. View post-mortem statistics? No, that won't be necessary. I think I can sense it. A number of channels from our network of thoughts have been severed just now. It would be better if we begin preparations for the cremation of your comrades' bodies here first. Please make sure to confirm their statuses before cremating them. Command confirmation. No life signs detected. Command cremation. Equipment removal procedure in process. Cremation rage has been set. Initialize the preheating process. Increasing celestial energy input rate. The The current rate is 1.774 PB per second. Equipment removal procedures complete. Non-abandoned objects within cremation range are to be excluded. To all my sisters who died here so courageously, and to all the innocent reindeers, I'm sorry. May every one of you have a good night's sleep. Delta 314 calling team leaders Jasper. I repeat, Delta 314 calling team leaders calling team's leaders Jasper. This is the 44th generation Jasper. Did the scout team find anything? A conscious report of stigma priority has been sent to team's leader Jasper. Please check it post-haste. Stigma priority? Is it that urgent? Well, better check it now before it's too late. Over. All the known information concerning the crying children has been reported. Corvus Corax. So in other words, your team's mission is to track down the crying children failed. The target was taken away by yesterday's promise in the blink of an eye. All team members lost track of their positions. The Blue Reverberation and the 8 o'clock circus were also there to stop us. I'm so very sorry, Master. Yes, looks like you know how to apologize. But what use is there in apologizing? Do you really think that uttering some apology is going to lead us right into the crying children's doorstep? Will an apology reveal the reasoning for its distortion? No. No apology makes up for any failure. Not only did you fail to track down the crying children, but you also didn't even obtain anything remotely useful about yesterday's promise. This was all due to your incompetence in the end. You simply failed to grasp what was such an important opportunity. Our Delta team is willing to pay any price to compensate the Master for our failures. We humbly ask the Master for our next assignment. Only actions can prove one's worth. Words are so feeble and pale in comparison. Let's give you one last chance. It won't be long before you receive your next task, so be prepared. If this ends up being a blunder like last time, then I'll have you all be on standby for cremation. But before that, notify team's leader Jasper at Stigma Priority that I want to see her in person. Understood, Master. It will be done. Master wants to see me in person? But I was just there this afternoon. Life is short and every second counts. We highly suggest of you to please act decisively. I of course understand. I understand everything all of you understand. To keep things brief, Omega Team, please return to patrol mode after completing the cremation procedure. Command, patrol, added to end of the queue. And please look after yourselves. I love how that isn't a command. Who is it now? Come in and stop wasting time. Well then, if you would excuse me, Master. Oh! What do you mean by excuse me? You're the Jasper I chose out of the tens of thousands, so you're supposed to be by my side all the time, right? What an image. Just leaning into her with the little heart symbols. There was a bit of a Yuri, however the hell you pronounce it, warning on this mod description, but I'm not bothered by that. But even so, I'm still nowhere near as good as the real Jasper. Hey, are you still thinking about how you don't deserve your name again, despite the fact that I was the one who personally gave it to you? No, there can't possibly be any fault in the Master's insight. It's just that I have not already serviced it today. Master's body, I mean. Wow. Okay. I want to be with you again tonight, under the starry sky of the city. Can't I, my lovely Jasper? That's not what I meant. But as long as the Master wants it, then. That's right. My Jasper should be obedient. But, well, I wanted to see you for something else this time. And guess what? Something else? The next exclusive meeting should be approaching, I assume. The higher-ups have a new task for us. Correct. Correct. Our corp has landed itself in quite some trouble, and now the fourth pack is being slaughtered by the ravens. The other packs are also unable to function at their peak due to an energy shortage, so most of the important tasks at hand have been handed over to our phoenixes for now. Ah, no, the Umbral Legion. The fourth pack is being slaughtered, then that must mean their mission to retrieve the books at the library failed. That's right. By the way, the information on our corp's singularity was left inside the library. So now those insidious and incompetent people from above have finally agreed to have you guys step in, and it looks like they're finally starting to resort to whatever it takes. It's going to be as they feared. We should be able to monopolize most of our corp's military power for ourselves after we're done with this. Then, that means our mission this time would be to go to the library and retrieve the books there, right? However, our current celestial energy reserves are not abundant right now, and it's already been stretched even thinner just for the staff augmentation recently. The library is now a star of the city. Even the southern branch of Lu Association and the fourth pack dispatched there were apparently no match for it. The sudden closure of the Spectrum Workshop and the Cold Rain Workshop also led to a lack of maintenance of our equipment. If we continue to suffer any further losses in our numbers, I'm afraid. Okay, so Cold Rain Workshop is a mod that ceased operation, probably because we went obliterated. Spectrum Workshop, however, I have never heard of. If anyone knows that's a mod, please tell me in the comments down below. We're clearly playing these all out of order. Jasper, this is my order. Understood. I shall obey the Master's orders. Besides, apart from our mission objectives, there's a certain book amongst the ones proposed by the library which has certainly piqued my interest. The Book of Zhao? I've heard about her in the Conscious Report just now. Could she be the Sector 1 director of the Lu Association's Southern Branch? That's right. I doubt she would be involved with any of our corp's top management if we take her character into account. It appears this invitation was more of a bait for me than it was for the R-Corp's top dogs. As you know, I have one thing that needs to be done, so just try to pretend this is all for my sake, okay? Then if it's for the Master, I understand. I have no objections. Nevertheless, I am not one to advocate for unnecessary losses. The first step in our plan is to send a Delta scouting team there so they can send us a number of reports about everything they were able to gather from the library. This strategy would incur the least amount of losses while also netting us highly valuable information about that place. Sending only a team of scouts? You're not going to dispatch a team of executioners with them? The strength of the library is bottomless. We can't just hand over our main forces to them right off the bat. In addition to that, we have to measure how worthwhile the contents of Zhao's book will be. But in that case, the entire scouting team will... Jasper, do you still think there is something wrong with how I make my decisions? No, I have no objections. I will immediately convey this task to the Delta team. Jasper, you used to be the only person who supported me in this vast universe. Why are you suddenly acting like this?
Damn! What the hell did I just watch? You're telling me the captain of this famous Phoenix team is just some petulant child?
How much do you know about them, Roland? Tell me everything.
I really don't have any idea what's going on right now. Everything about them has always been so shrouded. Though as far as I know, the 6th pack fills up the role of our Corp's Special Ops unit. They seem to specialize in handling the stuff their more conventional troops normally can't. It's said that there used to be a bunch of teams, each responsible for all sorts of Pacific tasks, but the more Pacific ones are usually kept a secret by our Corp themselves. The only one I'm familiar with is the Robin team, who all excel in high-altitude combat. I sometimes saw them flying over the city like those migratory birds when I was a child. I heard later on that they accomplished something big and had their name changed to Phoenixes or something. As for how they went from Phoenixes to a legion of identical clones, I got nothing.
Clones? In other words, they are beings who can move freely in the city, as beings who violate the Artificial Intelligence Ethics Amendment.
Huh. You still care about that thing even though you're already so close to becoming human?
No, I only wanted to clarify something. This may be one of the key clues to my attainment of the Absolute Book. There are other individuals who possess the same desires and emotions as I do, so why would the head be willing to make an exception for them?
You shouldn't forget that this is the city, no? The head has the final say in everything that goes. The only reason the head hasn't done anything about it yet is if they think it doesn't violate their taboos.
Doesn't violate? Forget it. There is no point in blindly guessing like this without sufficient knowledge. Now please give some priority on receiving our guests. Arrived at target location. Begin environmental survey. The specific composition of the building materials could not be analyzed. Begin surface recognition. Abnormal vibrations in the space have been detected. Entering alert. Welcome, dear guests. I am Angela, the director and librarian of my role's namesake. Suspected organic target detected. Beginning analysis. Organic components of target's body account for 74.285%. Inorganic components account for 12.48%. Remaining components are unknown. End of analysis. Target is quasi-human, not relevant to mission objective. The books you're in search of are within this library. Pass the trial ahead of you, and you will be rewarded with them, but... Mission update. Pass the trial. Agree to take trial and gain permission to take it as soon as possible. Is your master really that important to you? Are you not aware that every single one of you is merely disposable fodder in her eyes? For what reason are you willing to throw yourselves away just to please her? The master is everything to us, because we have nothing but our master. We were created by our master. If we cannot satisfy the master, then our existence will lose its meaning. Even if you were all created by the same person for a certain purpose, you should not be deprived of the right to think for yourselves. Have you not thought about making your own choices even once? Are there any shackles binding you which you cannot break free from? We have been thinking for a long termination of negotiations not related to the mission. Please lead us to the trial as soon as possible. Alas, may you find your book in this place.
Well, this certainly sounds interesting, I'll give it that. So, they're ranged. -1. Okay. I have never seen a page which has a negative thing. Umbral Herald, speed die +1. When target with command execute dies, gain a counter die. Okay. Mystical Robin patterns can soar up to 30 charges. Sufficient energy, gain 10 charges at the start of the act. -1. Astral charge inorganic being. If not gain charge using combat page in previous scene, gain 1 feeble and disarm at the start of the scene. Network of thoughts. All allies with this passive ability rise emotion level together when one of them rises it. Huh. Interesting. Phoenix Surgery. If this character has lost less than 30% of their max HP this act, gain 1 strength and endurance at the start of each scene. If this character has lost less than 30%. Okay, so they slowly get weaker over time. Plumed is Centurion. When hit, inflict burn. Stargaze. On use. Restore light, gain charge. If user has 11 charge, draw a page. Ember Rekindle. Spend charge until the last digit of stacks becomes 1. Recover 1 HP in stagger resist for every charge spent. Draw 1 page for every 3 charge spent. Okay. Cleansing Flame. Spend 4 charge to purge a positive status effect from target and inflict same stacks of burn. On hit, inflict Ignition. Ignition. When taking burn damage at the start of the scene, take stagger damage equal to the half of the burn damage. Okay, so Zhao's passive.
Crystalline Blade, single use. On use, spend 4 charge to add 2 ice shard to hand. On hit, inflict 2 bind to target next scene and the scene after. Starlight Diffraction. Gain 6 charge and all other allies gain 2 charge. Big load of attacks. Astral Resonance. On use, if users' charge attacks have same partiality, odd/even, as target speed, all die on this power gain +4. What the Christ do you mean? So if you're on an even page, if you have even number of charge and you target an even number, you gain +4 power. Odd, but okay. Well, I said I wanted to try the thumb. Let's see how well the thumb do. All of these are identical. There's no reason to look at them further, so let's just see. Begin disseminating conscious reports in real time. We will complete the mission. The hell of Umbra sees through everything. Huh. Fair enough. Did it say you gain strength or? Strength or endurance. Okay. I wonder if they all act identically as well. Because they're all seemingly starting with this starlight refraction. Alright, well, let's see how this first round does and how badly they massacre me. Bang. Sorry about that. I had something happen and I got a big cutout. Well, we got nothing but negatives then, apparently, so let's get our laughing powder. Right. You are no longer gaining your big bonuses. But no, you don't completely work identically to each other. Interesting. Alright. Let's see how our guns do against this match. Shall we? First up. Baga, 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 baga. So much daka daka. Alright, that one's out of here! Boom! Goodbye! There are thousands of Umbral Heralds. How many of us can you defeat? Rest in peace and reawaken once more with our memories. When will it be my turn? Alright, how did we have, like, our burn in the 20s then? Alright, well, I'm out of ideas, so let's go. First, bang, next, bang, next, bang. You did really well. Well done. You should feel proud. Ooh, and goodbye. The mission must still be carried out, even as we're being smashed to pieces. Combat power has plummeted, reanalyzing battle situation. You're dead. Cool. Alright. Another one gone and dead. Perfect. Well, there's not really much else that's available to them. Alright, guys, gun them down! Be the pinky that you are! Goodbye. One left. And we just need to basically fully take him out. Using any bullet that we have available to us. Bang. Glorious. Well, I sure hope there's part 2 to this Umbral Legion. So we got a load of books of Delta. Okay. Roland, what were your thoughts on them?
They're definitely still a long way ahead from resembling someone human, to say the least. They're like a group of dolls being toyed around with. The only thing they can really do is move towards their designated goal without a single shred of thought for the hindrances in front of them. If this somehow ends up being the case, then the head won't just sit back and ignore it. Prosthetics in the city are forbidden from imitating natural human body parts, or looking like one. Guessing that goes for artificial humans too. Maybe the logic to them not really being treated as genuine humans could be something else then?
They chose to abandon their will along with their emotions. Not one of them displayed even a tiny fraction of selflessness as well. While these are only my preliminary guesses, this is how I distinguish myself from them at the very least. They follow everything their master tells them to do. However, my goal of exacting my revenge on that man is entirely my own volition. But did I perhaps make the wrong choice? What would have happened if I had given up my own struggle at the beginning and just became like them?
What's right and what's wrong won't be enough to judge you at this point. Besides, is it really how you want to picture them? No matter how much you try to spin it, they're only a bunch of metal jars under the guise of a human's body. After all, those girls are still purely the playthings of that master of theirs in the end.
No, their bodies are the same as that of a human beings. They are not what you call machines. They, however, just gave up on any notion of thinking for themselves and utterly took the accomplishing of their tasks their master gave them as their reason for their existence. I once thought so for a long time ago. I gave up on my own thoughts when I realized I couldn't put up any form of resistance. But I wasn't about to let up completely. All I could see back then was some cruel apparition standing before me. I could still somehow visualize it, even I were to tightly shut my eyes. Jesus Christ me. If I were to give up just like that, then who would be there to witness all the sacrifices everyone made? And who would be there to witness the lives of all those who were left behind?
We know all about that, Angela. Just try not to think about it so much. Their choices are theirs alone, and yours are yours alone. The paths you take have nothing to do with each other, and it's not like we're also obligated to follow what others choose to do.
That said, I just have to find out what works for me through watching and reading the experiences of those people. Especially that leader of theirs they call Jasper. I want to understand the reasoning behind her not being casted out from the city. If I ever do get the chance, I'll have to read her book.
Just leave it to me. I'm going to take good care of her. Well, if she does come to the library, that is.
Well, let's have a see if they are on their way to the library, shall we? Hey, Corp, there is a Mark II! Alright, but first let's see what they got. They actually still have the negative. They actually have the negative one. That's kinda interesting. Overclocking. On play, draw 1 card and gain 9 charge. Lose 9 charge next scene. That actually sounds really good. Either way, their pages appear to be identical to what they were before. I kind of want to find that network of thoughts and abuse it, mostly because I'm interested to know if I can use it to upgrade the ravens. So before we move on with the story, let's just have a quick play with our lab rats. So, these two have the, the emotional suppression surgery. But this one does not. So, let's see if by her going up in emotion, the others do too. And the answer is no. It doesn't look like it. In addition, I think this astral charge also makes them lose a point of light if they don't gain their charge, which it explicitly doesn't say. Alright, well, we know that now, and this is why we experiment. It was a fun idea, but I should have realized it wouldn't be that abusable. Our corp exclusive, Convergence Delegate. Pack Captains, I'd like to thank you all for coming here to attend this meeting. As we all know, our company is currently facing a period of distress. The majority of our other major departments were not able to send any personnel to attend other than me. And for that reason, the 617th high-level meeting will be chaired by me alone, so please direct any questions you may have during the meeting to me. The purpose of this meeting is for us to personally hear all the reports prepared by each of the captains and leaders present here, and for me to formulate our next response plan. Before you speak, please carefully surmise the contents of each category accurately before presenting your statements. We are now racing against time, so without further ado, let us please have the Ravens report the aftermath of the slaughter and disposal of the fourth pack. Report. The fourth pack has a total of 15,000 animals, all of which have now been slaughtered so far. All facilities formerly belonging to the fourth pack have now also come under the control of Raven Team 4. Most of the team members stationed there are currently on standby. All systems in the facilities were found to still be functioning properly after carrying out our initial inspection procedures. While the energy reserves there are still far too insufficient to start up the hatchery systems, the energy generated by the cremation of 15,000 corpses should prove to be sufficient for several operations in the future. Well done! I knew the Ravens were the best when it comes to a bunch of mindless physical work. You guys know that I can't go wrong with any of my proposals, right? The fourth pack now lost all of its use, therefore I think there's no need for us to waste resources on them anymore. Wouldn't it be better to redirect all this precious energy on our brave and highly skilled ravens? Oh wait, I almost forgot. The loss rate in your ravens' recent missions has surpassed the 50% mark. It seems that the energy used to clone you last time was made up at the expense of the members of the other teams. Sorry, that's really saddening. Sixth pack, please do not interrupt the Raven's report. First warning. Objection. Please stop spouting nonsense. At least none of them died as someone who only knows how to hide behind the back of others. Besides, you're clearly aware of the fact that carrying out slaughters is our job as Ravens, so don't bother sending any more of those toy soldier replicas of yours to get in our way. I thought it was a mistake on our part to let the last 300 reindeers escape, but I never imagined you would mislead us to the back streets of District 18 so you could mess around there during the night. Not only did the sixth pack have its entire herd replaced with walking chunks of replica meat, but now its captain is playing around with them like they're a bunch of toys. How dull. What did you say about my lovely Jasper? Still got the guts to say that again? Don't you give me that look. All our leaders should be wearing their moonstones at all times. Unlike some poor silver-haired madwoman here who gets frightened at the sight of just a few tentacles. I'll reiterate what I said. Your so-called Jasper is simply the cutest girl in the world, my loving Master Corvus. Pulling that dirty trick again. Yep, this poor silver-haired madwoman really thought that a mere mass-produced broken pebble would be able to protect herself from me.
Stop this at once! The sixth pack, I will have you sent out of this room if you interrupt this meeting again. What's the point of all this infighting during such an important meeting, which could very well determine the fate of the company?
Following orders. Now please continue with the meeting.
Anyway, I was already aware of what the Ravens would report before the meeting. While what the Phoenixes did this time was inappropriate, no one has the right to investigate whatever happens during the night of the backstreets. Given the urgency of the situation at hand, this incident will only be punished with a warning. If these violations ever repeat, they will be thoroughly discussed in the future.
Got it. Understood, Raven Team. Raven Team 4 has no objections.
Corp Pack Captain 1. It doesn't matter. The only thing that awaits the Ravens will be another slaughter if she keeps on harming the company's interests.
Quiet. Enough gossiping at the meeting.
A question. The previous captain of 6th Pack accidentally died during that mission where they went to the ruins. Is the investigation of that accident still going nowhere? Seconded. There's no way that was an accident, right? How did some ordinary monster manage to kill even our most confidential and trained clones, too?
Objection. Objection. So what if it wasn't an accident? That's the reality in front of us right now. We have to rely on the 6th Pack.
Who made this generation of bird-brain soldiers so sufficient in energy and equipment? They originally used to be a bunch of disposable fodder, so wouldn't it be better if we were to use them as such?
Stop. All of you. In any case, try to focus on the bigger picture here. By the way, a little, question. How did the latest letter forwarded by our little ravens turn out? Specifically, the one directly asking Corp if our Umbral Legion violates the Artificial Intelligence Ethics Amendment.
Corp has already given a response in regard to the letter sent by the Ravens earlier. It's just that its contents is brief and doesn't exactly give an explanation for the answer they gave. Only the summary of the original text provided by Corp will be read here to save time.
Humph. Let's see.
All existing individuals marked as the Umbral Herald belong to the Artificial Life Group, as defined by the company, and already are on the company's watch list. However, no individual within the group meets the criteria of being designated as intellectual life, as defined by the company. Furthermore, all existing individuals that identify as the Umbral Herald are not recognized as copies of any existing human being as defined by the company. Furthermore, Umbral Heralds have not violated the death rate agreement with the company. In this regard, the company's final response to the investigation of this case is to not take any measures and continue with the observation.
Objection. How is this possible? So, from now on, it looks like there won't be any more need for the Ravens to keep on pestering our Umbral Legion, then. Otherwise, a certain silver-haired crow here would have to wear those Type 4 emotional inhibitors every day, with such an angry and twisted look on her face.
Since Corp has already declared the 6th Pack as a subject of observation, it is not appropriate for Corp to intervene excessively at this time. This situation is urgent, so there are no other questions. Let us return to the matter at hand immediately.
Raven Team 4, no questions for now. Please, continue the meeting.
Then, the 6th Pack, please report on the status of the investigation of the library. Keep in mind that the report must be free of any irrelevant drivel.
Report. For the sake of our corpse, in short, I, the captain of the 6th Pack, should announce the situation concerning the library, right? The master did say the meeting would be over soon, but it's been almost about 4 or 5 hours. She hasn't been back for so long. Could it be that she ran into the library all by herself? No, there is no conscious report from anyone witnessing the master's departure. The invitation should be right here in my hand, too. Or perhaps the master already knows that the invitation is with me? Keep your eyes closed. Guess who it is? Master? Master! Welcome back! I'm back, Jasper. Jasper's body is just so warm all over. The meeting, attending it must have been so stressful for you. Master. But you look so happy. Did any good news come of it? Well, it's not exactly what you call good news. It's just that I humiliated the leader of the Ravens Team 4 in front of the top management, and it's gotten me in quite a pretty good mood. Is that so? Since the Ravens also participated in the meeting, then does that mean the culling of the 4th pack has now concluded? Then has the next course of action been set by the higher-ups? That's right. The other remaining packs have already started making their moves. One pack is responsible for protecting the research teams going to various locations in order to initiate backup energy solutions, while another pack will be handling the investigation of all remaining L Corp branches and any salvageable pieces of usable technology found there. The others were merely assigned to deal with the conversion of 4th pack corpses into usable energy, as well as to garrison any of the facilities that previously belonged to them. And of course, our most lovely Umbral Legion will continue to be in charge of all matters related to the library. In addition to the recovery of our corp's books, the other books containing valuable knowledge about the singularities of both W Corp and T Corp will also play key roles towards winning this game. So, do we have any idea what kind of power the library could be using? Its power can only be described as something akin to psychomant, as the Ultramarine Escape said. It's the one thing I have always wanted to know more about.
Okay, this mod is definitely in cahoots with the others now. This one is definitely in cahoots with the others, with that name.
I have not yet disclosed this segment to the top, so all Umbra Heralds are to keep this information classified. Understood. I shall relay the order immediately. Zhao's book was also listed in the previous invitation. This basically confirms that the library is somewhat related to the concept of psychomants, since that book has nothing to do with our corp. If so, then the library probably has the answer I've been searching for all along. Then, shall I ready the Omega team for an attack? Well, start making preparations now. I'll have the Omegas go as soon as I receive another invitation. By the way, there is one thing we have to be aware about of the library's power. You mentioned before that even though you received the conscious reports from the Delta team sent to the library, you still weren't able to fully grasp the situation they were facing in the library through the networks of thoughts, right? Yes, generally speaking, even if one's physical body were to die there, the fragments containing the memories and knowledge of that person will be retained in the form of a book. This is my first time experiencing being able to only read the emotions they felt. I'm very much sorry, Master. Is that so? Then if you happen to die there, you're going to be turned into a book, and you're going to lose parts of your memory, If that's the case, I'll have you stay here this time. Just leave the upcoming attack to the Omega team. Eh? But what? No, it's nothing. I will obey the Master's orders. Well, that's a relief. I know what you're thinking of, but I can't have the special you taking any more risks. You have to learn to distinguish those who you deem most worthy of receiving your efforts from the rest if you want to survive in this city. And now, what should I be protecting? And now, what should be protecting the most are not the people who look like you, but you, my one and only Jasper. The Master speaks true. I was being too short-sighted this time. All right. I'm not blaming you for anything. Take it easy and get some rest. It just so happens to be the time for me to go and look through a certain device. So just stay put until I get back. A device? Is it a device intended to be used for the mission later? No, it's a stargazing device. The brightest star, Sirius, can be seen in the skies of District 14 tonight. I think it'll still be a... I still think it'll be a while before the operation, so I think I'm going to check it out with you tonight. Stargazing, but I'm not very good at this. It doesn't matter as long as you can stay by my side. I can even teach you some things you're not familiar with. Speaking of which, does Jasper still remember what Sirius symbolizes? Sirius? Well, I don't remember much. Does it represent a faithful puppy? Yeah. Jasper really is awesome. Master, is something wrong? No, nothing. I just remembered some insignificant events from the past. Anyway, I'll be right back. Be a good girl and wait for me. Phew, has she finally left? Prepare to depart for the library. I immediately made preparations right after I received the invitation because this is something very important. If we were to accomplish this crucial plan, then we will be able to go one step further, towards becoming real human beings. I wonder if we can really change how the Master sees us if we ever became human and even successfully fulfill her objectives in the process. In any case, no matter how risky, as their team leaders, I can't just hide behind the backs of my other sisters. If it will at least stop the Master from having to suffer so needlessly, if it will at least make the Master show a sincere smile. Wait for me, Master. I'm going to make you say awesome to me with a huge heartfelt smile next time. And I would be willing to pay any price in exchange for this.
Oh, she's coming! That big boss is gonna be pissed! Oh wow, looks like the invitation ended up in the hands of that team leaders of theirs. I can really picture why this invitation can be such a convenient invention no matter how many times I try to take a closer look at it. Why not simply sell all this tech to the next L-Corp once this is over?
Have I already not made myself clear before? I'm only borrowing the power of the invitations. I don't have full control over it. And this time the invitation letter just happened to directly appear in her hands. That is to say, the library's will also considers her to be a key. But as explicitly stated by A-Corp, it seems even that team leaders was not identified as a human clone. However, how exactly is the criteria for this defined?
At times like this, there are certain phase from the black tea ante that comes in handy. If that is what you say, if the head thinks it is, then it is. Conversely, isn't itself is also defined by the head.
Is that what she meant by those words? However, if the head really thinks about the interests of the city, then there must be a way of differentiating the two behind the scenes, which only they know. But it is clear that we are all created machines. We all have minds that know both pleasure as well as pain, and we are all slaves who can only follow instructions. We are obviously very similar, but that's only because I never see the light of day.
That team leader seems to be on her way to the library. Guess you'll finally get the answers to your questions soon. How about this? If you really don't want to face her, how about I go and say hello in your stead?
How much did you drink with Netzak today? How could you even think about saying you're to greet the guests?
Didn't we agree last time that I'd take good care of her? And, I've somehow met Jasper before, so maybe I can help.
Ha! Please try to come up with more valid reasons if you're going to make excuses next time. Also, why did you never mention that you knew each other when I asked you last time?
I only met her in a trauma treatment session, so I don't really know her that well. I'm not even sure if this person is the one I know, okay? I mean, you clearly saw all those thousands of copies of her, right?
Psychological trauma? About what exactly?
Trying to dig into my scars? Who'd ever want to recall what their trauma was about? Well, I don't remember much about it. I don't even know if if it was the effect of the treatment or what.
A mental affliction that can easily be forgotten. Forget it. Now is not the time to dwell on such things. Get ready for the reception. I can lead them in by myself. Could this be the library? We can finally discover the secret to obtaining humanity as long as we pass its test. How should I greet the people here later? Good afternoon, hello, no, how are you? Welcome, dear guests. I am Angela, the director and librarian of my role's namesake.
Oh, wow. You just... Good afternoon. I'm the team leaders of the Umbral Herald. My name is, yes, it's Jasper. Miss Angela, we received an invitation from the library to come and retrieve the books that were listed in the letter. But before we can enter, can I ask a question first? Although the books should have all the answers guests want, it doesn't matter if it's something you want to figure out before entering. That is, I heard that Miss Angela used to be a machine dubbed the Pale Librarian, but now she must be very close to becoming a human being, right? No offense. I don't feel disgusted or anything, but we're also looking for a way to become humans. We also want to become real human beings like you. Do you think it is possible for us as well? To become humans? You stand out from all groups of guests who have come here before. I can sense the presence of a large mass of light buried deep within your heart. We do not walk the same path, and my experiences cannot be of any relevance to you. But I do not think it's an impossible feat for you as well. Is that so? I understand. Thank you for your answer, Miss Angela. Well, I guess we have to all go in. I guess we have to go all out now if our success here means obtaining the answer towards attaining humanity. Please lead us in, Miss Angela. Well, may you find your book in this place.
So, an Omega page. And Omega is identical to the last one, apart from its abilities, it looks like. Self-ignition, restore 2 light and gain 2 charge, and 4 to 8 burn. On hit, inflict burn, on hit, inflict burn. Ember Rekindle, you had that one last time. Forked Bolt, on play, add 1 split to hand. Can only be used this scene. Split allows to assign additional targets for this page. Interesting. Starlight Diffraction, Nebula Cannon. All allies spend 4 charge. All allies spend 4 charge. All die on this page gain +2 power for each ally that spent charge. On Clash Lose, destroy blunt die on this page and take 20 stagger damage. On hit, destroy all opponents' die and die on another strongest page set by the target's speed die. Huh. Well, I'm going with the thumb theme, so let's see how well it works. Umbral Heralds, the order is to hunt down, beginning dissembling conscious reports in real time. The Hell of Umbra never spares any prey. I mean, fine. Credit to you. What are you all doing? I really hate this diffraction starlight, I must say. Alright, pretty much everyone is doing double bayonet charge, so we're gonna have a good peck ton of ammunition to work with for this fight, I feel. Let's go. Yep. I really fear how much, you know, burn we're gonna get on ourselves. Right. Forked Bolt targeting 2 people. Heck you. So's yours. You gain +2 power for every charge spent. Right. Okay. I think we're ready. Our weapons are loaded. Let's go.
Damn straight. Prevent that nebula cannon. Right, one of them is now staggered. Perfect. Right, this is good. This is good. Just because I have the power to do this. Alright, so by the end of this, we should have two people staggered, if not dead, one person dead, and then these two left. So, go. Yep. Your efforts are in vain. Phoenix cannot die since it will rise again. Thousands of... Turn to ashes and wait for revival. Right. Two dead. Up, one staggered. Executed. Should have at least you will be buried with me. No kidding. No kidding. Buried with you. Very appropriate. Alright, so what do we got this time? We're against the exact same things as last time, but this time we have Jasper. Jasper's heart. All allies prioritize to attack, command, execute, target first. At the start of the scene, 1, 2, 3, give 5/3/1 protection and stagger protection to all ally. Whenever an ally dies, take 36 stagger damage, take that ally's charge, light, and pages in hand, and gain an additional speed die. Huh. Inorganic ego. At the start of the scene, before rising emotion level, if not gained charge using combat page, this scene, destroy one random emotion point. ID Unleash. At the start of the reception, gain special red breakdown abnormality page, command execute. At emotion level 3, gain the character's latest red breakdown abnormality pages once more at the start of the scene after choosing abnormality pages. Huh? Alright. Self-ignition, stargaze, ember rekindle, command, starfall. Spend 20 charge to add starfall ultimatum to deck. On hit, inflict ignition and 6 burn. Well, this looks like it's gonna be fun! What's she got to say? Good one, Team 1. Leave the rest to us. Right, the fact you give 5 whatchamacallit to everyone is a bit whatchamacallit. Takes 36% more damage and stagger damage from attacks of the character that has execute a command. So everyone's attacking him. Well, that's what you call... God fuck! Starfall ultimatum. You're doing that instantly? If no allies died this act, destroy all die on this page. Single use. I'm sorry, but that's just plain not fair. I do not believe there to be a single winning scenario from this. Because you are just going to hit him with 30 damage and just one-shot him. I wonder if that means theoretically I should just focus on shooting everything into you. Because you don't exactly have any... whatchamacallit. Let's see. 16, 16, 30.
plus with 36% damage increase. What did you guys gain after you executed someone? When target with command execute dies, gain a counter die of evade. Alright. Well, Shiny, good luck. Oh, the 30 wasn't actually an attack. He probably could have survived. Well, if that's not the definition of a fuck me moment, I don't know what is. Well, at least she is bleeding heavily. But of course. Starfall Ultimatum to deck. Well, I'm just glad you don't have 20 charge to be able to spend on to get that ultimatum, is all I can say. This is another case of I just kind of have to cannon fodder him. Again. Just because we don't really have much way to fight that command, that Starfall command. Alright, well, let's just go and die, I suppose. Such a balanced attack. Alright, one of them is now staggered. Perfect. And you're gonna die to burn. And they're all attacking you! Oh, what a good choice. Starfall Ultimatum? Would you like to explain to me how you got that? Because you didn't have any because you didn't have the ability to cast that. I've lost. This is a loss. I have already lost. Alright, guys, let's die another round. Chugga, 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 chugga. Yep, bye-bye. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't actually attack with that last time. How was I meant to know you actually get to attack with that this time? Alright, well, I think we're fucked, but let's give this a go. Boom. Okay. I already know that they are more than likely going to die. But at least you're staggered too. Oh, Netzak is alive for this round. Okay, so my only hope is that you get staggered this turn, you both die off thanks to this person exploding, and then you just manage to do enough damage to these two that they die from him exploding, and then you just pray and hope. Okay. Am I alive? Oh, I am alive! Oh, he is barely alive! You managed to discard enough ammo that you would live. Well done, Strykel. Execute them. Now, if that is not a skin of teeth moment, I don't know what is. Jesus. Well done. Well done. I like the thumb. All right, Strykel. Well, let's see what the cutscene is, shall we? Huh. Those storming dolls were just completely ruthless. They almost baked those Crispies sold at District 23. And that team leader of theirs, did she also somehow borrow the power of the abnormalities?
Not quite. While it is indeed very similar to the power of the abnormalities, it is somewhat different from the ones you harness.
I didn't notice anything.
So in other words, this form of power is something we haven't seen yet until now. It's not a complete ego or distortion, nor is it borrowing power from an abnormality, nor can it be similar to the incomplete awakening form we saw from Zhao. This is more akin to having an ego of your own, yet only small traces of power can be seen from its remnants. It cannot be fully manifested due to the presence of external forces and pressure.
A shattered ego? Then does that mean a person's awakened ego might disappear eventually?
Ego is the manifestation of the mind. The process of change that comes with it is generally irreversible. Just like Gabara, her ego is rooted in the depths of her psyche, even though her body has reshaped twice. The singularity of our corp seems to preserve one's memory and mind just as well. Unless there is some error in the cloning process, it should restore the user's ego as well.
So the question is, what's wrong with it? Is this going to be game of waiting for the next batch of dolls that's going to burn, kill, and loot this place? Is it finally time for me to get a fireproof suit that covers my entire body now?
I can show you a set of them now if you think it's necessary. What kind of look do you want?
Forget it. That's all I have to say. I really should go to the Black Tea Auntie and borrow a roll of bandages to wrap up my body next time.
Oh, the Black Tea Auntie. That's a binner, I just realized.
Alright, well, let's see what we get from these then. Well, we still get the overclocking, we still get the rekindle. It's the exact same page is between Omega and Delta, despite having different no, wait, they didn't have different passives, they had different cards. Right. And now we get Jasper, who has all of the same stuff as she did before. Pretty much. Well, is there a level 3? which we're going to do next time? No, there isn't. That's the end of what we've got eventually. I can't wait to see how angry that lady gets. But, everyone, I'm afraid I'm all out of time for today's episode, so it looks like, well, what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I've been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that, until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.